So I'm using Microsoft again in this next example, and the reason for that is I want to show you another thing that you might see with the standard tagging, and that is multiple tags. So basically the same tag but repeated for different items. And the reason for that is because a company may well disclose an item at a lower level and have many items which applies to that particular group. So this is a classic example where Microsoft has not disclosed the general item, selling, general, and admin, but has shown it in a much more granular way by disclosing two separate items, one for selling and marketing and one for general and admin. Problem is that obviously a lot of companies just disclose at the higher level, just the good old SG&A, and so we can't compare the two unless we do some kind of standardization, which is obviously what's happening here. So we pick both items up. We know these are both part of SG&A because the chart tells the algorithm that that's the case. So if we go to the chart, the X financial sheet, you will see further down here, you will see if we go far enough down to, where are we? Here we go. So here's the total, SG&A, and here are the components here, and you can see from the numbering, these I've got one more digit than these, which indicates that they belong to this particular group. Yeah, that's what's being used and determines which tag is going to get standardized to what and at what level. So if we go back to the sheet we were on, we can see that it has correctly tagged these more granular items with the more overall tag SG&A. So that's brilliant. We've got all the information we need tagged, and so if we want to create a comparable value so that we can actually compare Microsoft against other companies that disclose at this much higher level, we can now do that. So and we have we've just set up an example sheet called Standard Vals, which shows you how you might go about that, and this is something that we can arrange for you as well if that's something that you would be interested in. We've got some sort of example formulas here, so I've kind of set one up. So if we go back to the filing section sheet that we were on, and so we say, look, we want to actually pick up a figure for this particular tag, so I'm just going to copy it and basically move to our standard val sheet, and we put the tag in that we want to calculate a value for, and we can just paste that in. And it immediately calculates what is the correct value, and now obviously we can compare that against other companies. So just so you can see here, it gives us a little bit of information about what it's doing. It tells us where it's picked that tag up. So if you've got a number in this standard column, the way we've set it up, these are just sort of extra functions just to give full transparency and visibility to what's going on. It's telling us that it's picked it up from the standard tags and it's found two tags, and so we know that this is an amalgamated number. That's important as far as transparency is concerned, because you might go, okay, I've got this figure here, and I go and look at my filing section, I look for that number over here and I can't find it. So what's going wrong? Is the system misbehaving? If we go back to the standard vals, we can see that it's made up of two amounts, and that's the reason why that figure does not appear on the reported income statement. And just to confirm that, it tells you whether it's using any reported tags. So is it using any tags in this column, what the companies actually disclose themselves. So you've got sort of full visibility as to how these amounts are being calculated. So I just wanted to show you another example of the standardization process. In the previous example I showed you where we might just have one item tagged because the tag that the company uses is more particular. This is another example where we may well have multiple tagging going on in order to be able to standardize consistently at a higher level and make figures comparable across a broad range of companies.